Following down the notes for soft ground, we can see that we've put the zinc plate on some newsprint, we've melted a small sized amount of soft ground on the plate, about a pea-sized amount. Remove it from the heat and roll out the soft ground evenly. Let it cool for 5 minutes or so. Don't touch it. If you put your fingerprint on it, it will lift some of that soft ground off and you'll have a dark fingerprint. I don't want you to use fingerprints as a texture. What I want you to do is select a texture from this box. If you have textures at home that you want to bring in, you can bring those in and I can look at them. But the difference is in the etch times. So something that is more linear, like this orange netting, it's only going to pull off linear type of soft ground. And so there's way more soft ground on your plate, so you can etch that longer. Wallpaper is more thick, it has no holes in it, so it's going to remove quite a bit of soft ground and leave the impression of that actual texture in your soft ground, and it's going to pull a lot of that off. So you want to use less time in the acid bath, acid solution. I have that all in the notes. Think of how long in the acid by like a grayscale of this type of line work. 1 to 5 minutes, well, 1 to 10 minutes being really dark for linear, so 1 to 10 minutes for linear things, 1 to 5 minutes, 5 being the darkest for very thick. Something that's a little combination of both, you might kind of split the difference and say 7 minutes would be the darkest of that texture, 1 minute would be the lightest. I've selected the wallpaper, and so I'm going to run that through the press. Piece of newsprint on the press. I've not touched my plate. I'm gonna place the wallpaper. I decide where I want it to go. It's gonna go in the background of my little pineapple cropped composition. Put another piece of newsprint on top of it. Roll this down. We'll crank it through to the other side. You should see what the texture looks like. You should see how the texture, it's all over my entire plate. Well, I don't want it all over that plate. I'm gonna use asphaltum in the small baby food jars or yogurt jars to block out with brushes and hard ground asphaltum. We're gonna paint over the soft ground and cover that up to protect it from the acid. I'll show you that in a minute.